What's up, Lorain County football fans? Welcome back to another episode of The Blitz, brought to you by our friends at First Federal Savings of Lorain. I'm your host, Rocco Nushi, the one and only Kristen Bauer behind the camera as we are here live inside the studios of AM 930 WEOL and 100.3 FM. So it is week 7. What happened in week 6 to get us to this point? Well, I'll tell you what, folks, the story has to start with Columbia running back Marco Sirigliano, a record-breaking performance from him this past Friday night as the Raiders rolled over Oberlin. 34-6 was the final score. But in that contest, more importantly, Marco setting Lorain County records for rushing yards, touchdowns, and scoring all in one night. So big congratulations to Marco Sirigliano. He passed Elyria Catholic legend Al McKinney for scoring and touchdowns. And then he passed up former Columbia star Brandon Coleman for rushing yards in that win Friday night. Brandon actually presented Marco with the game ball that he ran with to break his record. So really kind of a coming full circle moment there for Marco and Brandon. Very, very cool stuff. And we actually had Marco live on the Nick Abraham Saturday Sports Wrap-Up Show this past Saturday on WEOL. So you can go to WEOL.com, take a listen to Marco's interview. He was an awesome guest on the show. So again, a big congratulations to Marco. Big congratulations to Columbia on the win as they stay unbeaten. Next up for the Raiders, they'll be at Wellington this Friday night. Elsewhere in the Lorain County League, Firelands, they knocked off Brookside 33-14. Devin Lynn took an opening kickoff back to the house for the Falcons. That's the second time that's happened this year for Firelands. I believe Kevin Williams III was responsible for the other one. Don't quote me on that, though. But Firelands, big time win over Brookside, 33-14. Clearview knocked off Wellington, 48-12. Another impressive win for the Clippers. They look dang good here in 2023. 370 total yards of offense this past Friday night for the Clippers, so they're certainly firing on all cylinders. And a big night for Ashton Pavon. 2 touchdowns, one of them from just a yard away, one of them from 78 yards away. So again, Clearview, they are clicking offensively right now, no doubt about that. And that sets up a big duel this week between Clearview and Firelands. We'll get back to that here in a little bit. Over in the SWC, the other undefeated team left in Lorain County, the Avon Eagles, a 52-10 drubbing of Olmsted Falls this past Friday night. Eagle quarterback Nolan Good. How about this stat line, folks? 11 rushes, 102 yards on the ground. 5 rushing touchdowns for Nolan Good and 1 passing touchdown in there as well. So just an incredible Friday night for him. This was a tie game with 3:40 left in the first half, but Nolan scored 3 times within that next 3.5 minutes to really put things away in that late stages of the second quarter. So Avon, another huge victory over Olmsted Falls. They'll be at Berea Mid-Park this week, will the Eagles be. So an interesting matchup there. Avon Lake, man, they escaped a scare from Amherst, folks. I'll tell you what, 32-27 the final score there. The Comets are playing much better football this year. Cole Norris, the Amherst quarterback, he had a rushing touchdown. He threw for 3. Comets never really quit in this one, but Avon Lake, too big, too fast, too strong. At the end of the day, they get the win. This was a game tied at 20 after 3, but 2 Avon Lake touchdowns, one from wide receiver Derek McCrum, who had a really big night, kind of put things away. So Avon Lake, again, they escape Amherst, a 32-27 winner. Next up for the Shoremen, they'll be at home against Elyria. For Amherst, they'll be at home against Olmsted Falls. And North Ridgeville bounced back from that Avon loss. They picked up a 35-11 win over Elyria. Running back Zach Barnhart and Charlie Steinmetz, they combined for 5 touchdowns, over 280 yards of offense. Backup quarterback Brandon Watchhorn did a really good job in place of the injured Cole Miller, who's dealing with a leg injury. So North Ridgeville, again, a huge bounce-back win after the loss to Avon a week ago. They'll be at Midview this week in a game on WEOL. And I quickly got to shout out those Lorain Titans, folks. 5-1 for just the second time since the 2010 school consolidation. So Coach Damian Creel has his guys playing some really good football right now. They knocked off Garfield Heights Friday, 42-16. Best start for Lorain, again, 5-1. Best start since 2017. 4 touchdowns for running back John Salomon this past Friday night. So they'll be at Warrensville Heights this Friday looking to keep things moving. So what the heck's going on around the area this week? Well, like I told you, North Ridgeville at Midview. That'll be our radio and stream 1 game this week on WEOL. A little rivalry renewed there. We're certainly looking forward to that one. Port Clinton at Vermilion now becomes our stream 2 game on WEOL. Can the Sailors bounce back from a tough loss to Norwalk? We'll find out on stream 2 this Friday night. And our Medina County matchup on stream 3, it'll be Medina at Strongsville. The Bees certainly look like the favorites heading into this one, but we'll see if the Mustangs can muster up some home cooking to get things done there. And a couple of other matchups to keep your eyes out on. Again, Amherst against Olmsted Falls. We'll see if the Comets are for real this year with this kind of program resurgence that they've been going through. And then Clearview at Firelands. Both teams looking to keep pace with Columbia in the Lorain County League. Right now, Clearview still undefeated in league play. Firelands, their only conference loss was to Columbia. So Clearview and Firelands this Friday night, both jockeying for position in that Lorain County League. So looking forward to a very exciting Week 7 as Week 6 is officially in the books, moving towards the tail end of the season here in Lorain County. So for Kristen Bauer behind the camera, I am your host, Rocco Nushi, saying thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Blitz, brought to you by our friends at First Federal Savings of Lorain. We'll see you guys next week.